Hello, Joy Warriors. So in this video, what I want to discuss is how you dance with your emotions as they come up. So I found ways of dealing with strong emotions as they come up, and instead of fighting with them, I kind of like to dance with them. It's kind of created this mental imagery for myself. And one of the ways that I do this is I imagine, like, let's say a swimming pool. And what most people do is you tip your foot in and you go, oh, it's too cold. And then your mind goes, oh, that's going to be too hard or too cold or too uncomfortable. I don't want to do it. Instead, if you actually go to the deep end of the pool and you jump in and you allow yourself to like jump into the bottom of the pool and your feet bounce up and you bounce back out into the outside and the open air, like you feel this release and like somehow you don't feel scared. You feel invigorated by the pool instead of all the fear that your mind told you about it. And I feel like that's what we need to do with our emotions. And it's like you're dancing with the water when you do this. And when you're doing with your emotions, so if I'm angry, then I'll write this really crazy angry letter and get it out of me. Or if I'm grieving, I maybe give myself permission to like cry or sad and just let myself have these emotions and release them out and give myself 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever I need to go off by myself. And if I'm at work, maybe I have to go to a bathroom or I have to go down the street to a park. Whatever I have to do this and allow myself to have these feelings. Because what happens is when we don't allow ourselves to allow these emotions to expel out of us, it causes health problems, it causes mental issues, it causes depression, and then we also then usually act outside of our value system. We start telling people things that maybe are out of integrity with what we want. When we're really mad at someone else, we're taking it out on our staff or our friends or our family or even ourselves. Maybe we eat things that we shouldn't be eating, and all because we actually could have taken 5 to 10 minutes and just sort of really danced with our emotions, let them out, and make it a fun, creative thing versus something that, oh my God, if I start crying, I'll never stop, which I've always thought was going to be the case. But what happens is I actually do stop. And I just release it. I feel better. It doesn't make everything perfect, but what it does is then I start to feel much better. And by the next day, I'm usually already back jumping around in the ocean and doing my thing. So I always ask myself, and you hear me talk about this, what would the ideal person do? So when I feel pain or anger in my heart, I ask myself, what are these emotions trying to teach me? What's the lesson in this? Because you can have your feelings about it, but you also, if you actually learn what the lesson is, sometimes then I might not recreate that situation anymore, and I won't cause these types of emotions to be happening again based on this particular type of situation. So when I'm sad, I allow myself to cry, and I sort of give myself, the emotional aspect of that, and also trying to learn the lesson. This helps me usher through those emotions during the ebb and flow of life, and I notice that I don't get stuck. I have more energy to spend on things that I love doing in life, which you all know is swimming in the ocean and actually dancing on a dance floor. So for where you are and the places in your life, can you dance with your anger, your sadness, your frustration, or even your grief? For some of us that come from pretty crazy lives, like I call this thing called time release grief. There's just times where my body feels safe enough to now actually have the grief that it probably should have had a long time ago. Can I give myself the space to do that? And when I do, ironically, after that, it might be uncomfortable while it's happening, but I have all this extra energy, and that's how I have the energy to do all the things that I do with One Mama and all of these things that I do. So let me know your experiences. What are the ways that you dance through your feelings, and even how you dance with your joy, which sometimes can be hard to do, is to let ourselves have permission to go dance with joy and have fun. So send me a video of what your emotions are and how you're dancing with it, and I can't wait to see. See you soon.